ਅੱਜ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੀ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਲੋ
Hi, Himmat. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. I have a question for you. Who is Himmat?
Himmat Singh is a lot of things. I am first and foremost a Sikh who identifies with both Punjabi and American culture. I'm a first generation Sikh, so I have my feet in both of those cultures. I'm a graduate from University of Southern California in Los Angeles with a double major in computer science and business. I am a project manager at a tech company here in Silicon Valley. I'm a singer. I'm a foodie. I'm a Bhangra dancer. I'm a lot of things.
Very cool. You mentioned that you're a Sikh. What is a Sikh? What is your faith?
So Sikh is somebody who believes in oneness or equality and has their virtues really steeped into Nam Japna, Kirat Karna, and Vanke Chakna, which is to believe in this oneness or to japo or to recite the name of oneness, to believe in hard work and to do work and to share with others. Sikh ideals are really about equality and freedom for all. These phrases are often identified as pillars of Sikhi, right? So the first one that I mentioned was Naam Japna. And what that means to me is it's really a understanding and a centering of oneself into a faith or a larger power or to a oneness, right? This ikunkar, this Vaheguru, this truth. So that's what the first phrase means to me. The second phrase is kirat karna, or to do hard work and honest living. And I think that's super integral to any Sikh's life, to work hard, to earn an honest living. And that kind of just drives into the third point, which is vanke chakna, which is to share with others, share this honest living with others. And all three of them kind of just tie in with each other into this oneness, this ikonkar, this higher power. So if we were to look at Sikhism from just a religious standpoint, Sikhism is a religion that believes in one God. And that God is the same God as other religions believe in.
How does this play out in your life, in your day-to-day life, or maybe in some of the big things that you've done?
This understanding of these three pillars has helped me in three ways, right? It's values to associate with, or a steadfast navigation system. For example, staying true to who I am always, no matter the circumstances, whether it's in college or in work. Just having this clear path of who I am with those three things. The second thing it does is it really provides me a community to identify myself with, right? So a specific example would be at USC, I was the president of the Sikh Student Association. And one of the things that I was blessed and honored to be able to do was to build a community around myself inside the school, but also bring together other schools, UCLA, UC Irvine, UC Riverside, and build a community, a sangat, to kind of flesh out ideas, to lend an ear and kind of build this communal aspect between those. And the third thing is this has allowed me to kind of center myself.
So you wear a turban and you're kind of are very obviously a Sikh young man.
Right.
Do you feel that other people perceive you in a certain way because of the way you present yourself?
I think definitely. I think the first thing people obviously see is my turban and that I am a Sikh, right? And I think that was Guru Gobind Singh Ji's message, our 10th Guru of the Sikh, to create the Khalsa in a way that we had a uniform that was easily identified with. Now this played out in a couple ways, right? The older I've gotten, the more I've run into people who have understood Sikhi, who have had run-ins with people who are Sikh in the past. So they have a basis of what to understand what they're looking at when they see me. When I was younger, though, it was a lot of educational development that my parents helped with in schools, in assemblies, in classrooms. And at a young age, in sixth grade almost, I started tying a dastar every single day to school. So that was the bigger part of my identity developing, just even in my formative years.
And did you feel like the turban was challenging to live with?
I think it was a responsibility, is the way I would put it. It's something that you have to understand why you're carrying it, and you have to understand the weight in which you carry the turban. And I think that's only brought positive things to my life.
So building cultural bridges, that's a very, very powerful theme. Do you think that some of your music does that as well? You use Punjabi phrases and English phrases, and you mix and mash them, just like it was like the same language, literally. So it's a big bridge. So do you think of this like intentionally when you're making your music, when you're writing your songs? How do you go around doing that sort of bridging with your music?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's an awesome question because that's exactly what I try and do. Being a first gen Sikh and having my feet in both worlds, as I said earlier, right? The Sikh Punjabi world and the Sikh American world. Understanding that I've grown up in an English speaking country, but I have Punjabi friends has kind of altered the way that I make music. So it is music, R&B music, hip hop music with Punjabi language and Punjabi kind of folk tunes in the background. And it's been very interesting. So, when I released my first song, it was kind of it was called Long Gavache. It was a take on the folk song Long Gavache, but it was put over more of a reggae pop beat. And it was mostly in Punjabi.
ਪਿੱਛੇ ਆਉਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਚਾਲ ਬੇਦਾਈ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਆਉਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਚਾਲ ਬੇਦਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਵੇਖਦਾ ਏ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਵਾਜਾ ਨਿਗਾ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਏ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਵਾਜਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਵਾਜਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਵਾਜਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਵੇਖਦਾ ਏ ਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਵਾਜਾ.
And when that came out, it had a large success in the non-Punjabi community that I didn't expect. So at USC, it took a certain small virality inside of the USC community that I didn't expect. But I think that is what music does. It does unexpected things. It takes twists and turns. And it kind of brings worlds together. And that's what I try and do with my music. I've seen it happen in the past. I blend together these different styles, these different languages, as you said, almost as though they were the same language seamlessly. As an artist, that even takes on a different meaning of itself. Artists always try and develop their own style. I'm an artist. I do my own thing. I kind of twist the world in a way and I show it in a different light. But now there's this added element of being a Sikh to it, which is I twist this in its own line, I show it, but I also understand that I'm representing a certain group of people. So it always has to be the highest quality or the highest bar, or making sure that it's clean in certain ways.
How about your future? What do you want to do in the future? How do you see it charted out in front of you?
I have career goals and personal goals. For my career goals, it's definitely developing the skill set right now in a professional way that allows me to build any kind of product or company in any industry with a lasting impact. Personally, in terms of a music career, where I see myself going is developing music, building a fan base, really building that out, and starting to see certain numbers associated with YouTube hits, streams, music. And really what I'd like to do is go get either bronze or gold or platinum in terms of the amount of streams that I've sold or people listening to it.
In the meantime, would you mind singing a little bit for us? I'm really looking forward to hearing some of the singing I've been hearing about.
Sure. Let me grab my guitar. ਅੱਜ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੀ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਲਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਮਾੜਿਆ to try to catch a glimpse of you ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ